Right, hello, I'm Debs, this is Debs Made This, and this is Friday Sews. It's been a little while, we were on holiday, I'm sorry. This is my edition of Friday Sews. I've got a couple of things to talk to you about, a challenge from Instagram, and just a little update really, so I hope that's okay. So first of all, thanks to Jen, Friday Sews. I like wandering around and seeing some people that I would never have seen before, and I know that people have found me through the hashtag, so I'm very grateful. Her little challenge this week was to talk about which was our favourite fabrics. Now, fortunately enough, I am wearing one of my very favourite fabrics, so to sew with Antiwear cotton lawn is beautiful. This is a Liberty cotton lawn. This pattern is called Fever, I think. It's a French company called Meanwhile Patterns, Mimoi, and I'll put a picture in here if I can manage. And I went through a period about 3 years ago of sewing quite a lot of French patterns in French, because it kind of kept my busy brain very occupied. So it was very good for me at that time. So I have a soft spot for French patterns. This fabric is Liberty. It's beautiful. It's very cool and haven't sewn very much this week. We got back from France on Tuesday night, and today is Friday, so I've not had very long. I've made a good stab at starting something, and I did sew something on the boat. So I shall show you that. Finished, but it will be, if you can see, it's going to be a needle holder for my embroidery needles. So I've just done some stitching with this thread is a silk thread that comes from a local maker, or Paintley. It doesn't Paintley, it comes from a silkworm, but I purchased it from a local maker, and the fabric is what's left over. Like literally there were scraps left from my Lander pants, but I've repurposed them into that, and then I'm just going to have a little thing in the middle to put them into, and I've got some more embroidery needles coming, just so that I'm a bit more organised rather than having them randomly about the place. So normally what I do when I go on holiday is to take like a really minimal kit. So my kit is a needle keeper, so that's one of those ones that sits on you and you can put the needle on you so you don't lose it, and a pair of these tiny Cohana snips, which came from Grace at Beyond Measure, which is one of my favourite shops in the world in Todmorden, but has lovely dangly doodah on the back of it. So yeah, that's my kit and the thread. So it doesn't take up very much room, and it means that you can do that kind of when you're anywhere really. So yeah, that's coming on nicely. I hope you noticed that the sound's a bit better. I've got a microphone, so I'm just trying it out. I'm just a bit worried that it might pick up my breathing, or I don't know, like currently there's a magpie destroying the fence outside, so it might pick him up. I don't know what he's up to, but there you go. And the second thing I've been up to is also in one of my favourite fabrics. So this is what I'm making at the moment. So that I am Hermes, and I'm making the shirt version. I think I've made a tunic before, like that kind of middle-sized length before, but I'm making a shirt this time. And just in a cream linen. It's this year's linen though. And so it's just an oversized shirt. So this is part of my idea that I will try and sew things that I'm just going to keep wearing. And I made a white shirt a few weeks back as a toile for the Marilla Walker Anning dress. And I've worn that loads and loads and loads. So I just thought I would make this. This is kind of it's not super lightweight. So I'm hoping that it will do autumn time as well, just with like a pair of blue. I think it'll do for autumn time as well, with a pair of blue jacket trousers, which are in my plans, or maybe even those flipping lazo pants if I finally get them sewn up. I feel like I'm slightly closer this week. I've got the fabrics looking at me, the patterns cut out and ready to go, so I'm not far off. I think I started this yesterday evening. and I've been doing things for most of the day, so I haven't had very much time, but I'm hoping that will be nearly done. Oh, the only change I've made is the box pleat is supposed to go the other way round at the back, but I quite like them this way round, so I've done it that way round because you can. I did and ah about doing a different coloured inside of collar stand and inside the cuffs, but I just thought it might limit how much I can wear it, so I might keep that, the little bit of fabric I've got for that, for another day. So that's all. I've been doing a little bit of planning though, and thinking about whether I can still squeak a saguaro set and saguaro, I think I say it, saguaro set, and a Cali shirt dress, whether it's worth making those at this time. But then I was out in the garden this morning and it was really warm, so maybe we've still got a little bit of time and I can get away with those. Right, then there's an Instagram challenge. So the Instagram challenge is being run by the Craft House, and is called Sew Yourself Sustainable. I don't think it has a year after it. I think it's just Sew Yourself Sustainable. And then you're supposed to make a pledge or kind of think about your making. Now I've kind of done this loop a few times, so I do tend to repurpose fabric. I nearly always make things. I very rarely have UFOs because I finish things and find a purpose for them. I'm looking past you because I'm kind of looking round where I sew, which is in our dining room, to see if there's anything obvious that I'm telling lies about. What I do is I keep hold of my scraps for probably longer than I should, but I don't know, they often come in, don't they? So I don't feel quite so bad about that. I have got some linen sheets that my aunt passed me. She ran a hotel and then things, so it's kind of well laundered linen sheets. So I have a plan to do some dyeing with those, I think, and I'm just trying to decide whether I make things up and then dye them, or whether I need to dye the fabric first. And I know you just get different results, so I'm kind of pondering that a little bit. So I'm doing a bit of slow sewing. I'm trying to sew things that I think I'm going to wear across the seasons or across more seasons, and trying to kind of make sure that when I'm making something, I'm thinking about how it goes with everything else that's in my wardrobe to try and get the best wear out of it. So let me know, are you joining in with that challenge? What's your favourite or least favourite fabric to sew with? Do you know, I don't really think I haven't got any that I don't like. I don't like polyester because even though you can often get very pretty things, A, it's a horrid fabric, B, it doesn't hold a crease very well, which is frustrating. Then, especially when you then sew with some cotton or like a wool. Oh, I love sewing with wool. I've got a dress in a wool chalet, and it was just a dream to sew with. It was so nice. Oh, and the other thing I've done is to buy a ticket for the Knitting and Stitching show in November in Harrogate, which means I don't have to go to that there big London. So if you're going to the Harrogate Knitting Stitching on the Thursday, pop me a little comment down below, and maybe we can have a cup of tea or something. I think that's me. I hope wherever you are in the world, you have had some time for some making and some peace this week. And I shall say bye-bye for now. Please like and subscribe if you haven't already, and I hope I'll see you again soon. Bye-bye for now.